everyone, and welcome to another episode of First Taste with Hope. We are again here in the month of July, and it is a great month to be an American, of course. So we're making American-based foods, and one of the foods in America that is an American type of food that you won't really find in many other countries is pecan pie. Pecan pie, whatever you prefer to call it. I'm more of a pecan over a pecan person, but there we have it. But today we're actually making a pecan pie cheesecake, and they're supposed to be in the bar form, but I don't know if we're gonna make it to the bar form because it takes several hours. So it's just gonna be assembling the pecan pie cheesecake assembly, and then from there you would be able to turn it into bars if you take it out, refrigerate it a lot longer. So that's what we're gonna start with, and let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna need to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. That's what you're gonna need to have it on. Once it's starting to preheat, you're gonna wanna start with a 13x9 baking pan. We're gonna need it to come off the sides of the pan where it's easy to take off later. So let's see here. Looks pretty good, we'll do that. Looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. We'll leave it at that. We are going to start by making the crust for the bottom of the cheesecake. And what you're gonna need for that is you're gonna need sugar, you're going to need graham crackers, you're gonna need cinnamon, and about 2 sticks of melted butter. And that's about 2 cups. So we're going to do that. And what we're gonna do is, so for the sugar, we're going to need 1 1/3 cups of this sugar. That is a lot of sugar, it does sound like, but that's what it calls for. So we're doing 1 1/3 cups. So 1 cup. Let's see where we're at. That's 1/4. Where's a 1/3 at? Oh, there's a 1/3. I'm a little over. Okay. So you got 1 1/3 cups of sugar for that. So then we're gonna need 1/2 teaspoon of the cinnamon. We got ground cinnamon right here. We'll need 1/2 teaspoon of that. So we're gonna fill this up halfway since this is a full teaspoon. Looks like about a half. Put a half in there. Got that down. So for the graham crackers, you're either gonna need a 13.5 ounce box, which this is a 14.4 ounce, or you're going to need about 3 1/4 cups of graham crackers crushed up. Typically, I would use my what's it called? My processor. I would use my processor, but I don't want to get it back down. But maybe I should, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, I could probably just do this on my own. Maybe I do need to get my processor down. Here we have my processor. I decided to not be lazy, and I decided to go get it to where we make our lives easier. We're going to put all these graham crackers in it, and then this machine is going to make them crumbs for the crust. Alrighty, here we have our graham cracker mixture. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, we're gonna add that on in. I'm going to do the melted butter. So this is 2 sticks of salted butter. We're gonna put that in the microwave, let it heat a little bit, and then we're gonna add the melted butter in it and get that going underway. Yes. Here we have our melted butter, everyone. We're gonna pour this in. Woo! Yeah, hopefully that'll be good. And then we're gonna mix this all together, and all of it needs to be moistened by the end. Like every graham cracker bit needs to have some sort of wetness to it, and then after it's all got that texture to it, we're going to add it to our pan that we have over here. As you can see, we're going to add that and we're going to pat it down, and once we've done that, we're going to put it in the oven for 10 minutes, and then we're going to start on the cheesecake part. So we'll start on the cheesecake portion and then get that underway. This is looking pretty good. I love the smell of graham crackers. It's just a sweet smell. Reminds me of camping, of course. I mean, who doesn't like s'mores when you're camping? The butter's all mixed in, so it's looking pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and add this to the pan. So we're gonna take this, and you need to have your rack on the middle before you start. So you can see I moved one to the middle, and we're going to place this in. Place it in there for 10 minutes, and then we'll grab it on out. Oof.
What'd you do? What?
I was only supposed to put a fourth of the sugar in the graham cracker crust.
So this is gonna be really sugary.
Yes, and
Should be fine.
And a cup is supposed to go in this.
Maybe put a little bit less.
It was supposed to be a fourth in there and a cup in this.
Remember what happened with the other thing where we didn't put as much sugar and it was fine?
But since it's the crust part anyway, do you feel like we can just warn everyone, hey, the crust is gonna have lots of sugar? Because this part's gonna be the filling anyway. It won't have it'll be separated. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Hope is big dumbs and made some mistakes. So what happened was with the crust, it's actually supposed to have a fourth of a cup of sugar in it. I put a cup and a fourth of sugar in it. Okay, next. So what we're gonna do now, since it's already said and done, we're gonna go ahead and keep on going. We're gonna use this, what we're supposed to use for this, and we're just gonna warn the people who are gonna eat this, like, hey, the crust is gonna have a little more sugar in it than it's supposed to. So if it's too sugary, just eat the cheesecake. That's fine. Don't eat the crust, just throw it away. I get it. So we're gonna start with that. What we're gonna need is, I'm reusing bowls. Remember, I know some of you hate that, but we're gonna reuse some bowls. So what we're gonna start with is we're gonna be taking this bowl, and we're gonna be starting off with the blocks of cream cheese. They're softened, and then we're gonna use these, and we're gonna mix together with the sugar that we have tons of now. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna make it happen. So we're gonna need a cup of the sugar like I mentioned. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, once we've done that, we're gonna need to add our 4 softened cream cheeses in here. So here we have our 4 cream cheeses. So there's this. So now we're gonna mix them together. So I gotta put my beaters on. Okay, there we got it. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna beat the cream cheese and the cup of sugar together for a minute until smooth.
Sugar.
We're on the next phase. So after we've gotten the sugar and the cream cheese mixed together and softened, we're going to start by adding 2 eggs. We're gonna do one at a time. You have to make sure they're mixed in, and then once one's mixed in, you can mix in the second one. And then we're gonna add in the vanilla extract and the sour cream. So let's go. We need a tablespoon, got the tablespoon here, of vanilla extract. I have both bottles out because I think this one's almost empty, so we might have to add some of the additional one. Here we go. Yeah, I was just a little too short on that. Let's get the other one out. Ooh, let's see if I can do this. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this. This is not easy.
She's doing it, y'all. Now hard.
Come on. Come on. Oh, so close. Oh gosh.
Be gentle. Woo!
How about that?
Slow is fast.
All right, that was amazing. I'm Wonder Woman now. You can ask for my autograph later.
Diana.
Sorry. And then the last part is the sour cream. So we got some sour cream. You have to add 1/4 cup. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna use a spoon. I'm gonna spoon it into this 1/4 cup. That way I don't have to, you know, just get out a brand new cup for nothing. And it wants it to be room temperature, by the way. So this looks a little droopy because it's been sitting out for a minute. Okay, Here we have it, my friends. You see we have the cheesecake mixture. It's looking pretty good. So what we're gonna do is the graham cracker crust has been cooling now for a little bit. We're gonna pour it on top. We're gonna spread it out. That's the before. We're gonna put it in for 40 to 42 minutes. So let's go.
Because kids, hot glass looks the same as cold glass.
Yeah! On to the next phase, round 3. So round 3, we're going to start on the pecan topping part. And what we're gonna start with on that is in a saucepan, this medium saucepan we got here. We're gonna get that turned on to medium-high heat. I got it on about 5-ish, somewhere around there. What we're gonna do is first we're gonna put in a 1/2 cup of light corn syrup, 1/2 cup of butter, and a cup of brown sugar. That's what we're gonna start with. We'll put that in there. We're gonna mix them all together and get them to a boiling point. It's gonna be about 4 minutes or so to get it to that. After we do that, we're gonna mix in the heavy cream. So we're gonna have that going for about 5 minutes. We're gonna mix in 1/2 cup of heavy cream. And once we have that mixing together for about 5 minutes, we'll remove it from the heat completely. I'm going to add in pecans and vanilla extract. So let's just go ahead and get on this. All right, so now we have it off the heat. And next what we're going to do is we're going to mix in the vanilla extract and the pecans. So we'll start with the vanilla extract. We're gonna need 1 tablespoon of it. I mean, this is a teaspoon, so it's 1 teaspoon of it. And then we're gonna whisk that in. All right, and then we're gonna need 2 cups of the pecans. So we have this 1/2 cup here. So when you pour those, I'm gonna like break them up a little bit more before I put them in there. I could use a processor, but since we just used that, we're just gonna not.
I think I like the the thicker pecan pieces anyway.
Then that works out pretty well then. So here we have half a cup. We'll add that in. We're gonna have, since it's half cups, we'll need 4 of these, obviously.
Gotcha.
And then once we have it, you're gonna just let it here and let it set for a minute. And we're gonna pour it over the mixture once we take it out of the oven. And then we're gonna let it cool to room temperature, and then we'll put it in the fridge to let it completely solidify. And then that's pretty much it. So give us just a minute, we'll take it right out. It's time, everyone. Oh my gosh! That's freaking heavy as Alright, so there we have it. Now we need to top it with the pecan topping. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna need to let it sit until it gets on room temperature. Once it gets on room temperature, we're gonna put it in the fridge and let it solidify like we mentioned before. And then when we take it out, we'll have to lift it up by the parchment paper. And then that's when we'll be able to cut it into bites if that's what we choose to do. So that's what we gotta do. That's how we do this cheesecake. It looks really good. Can't wait to try it out. Maybe if this works out like we planned, we'll get to see the taste test tonight. So that brings us to the end of another First Taste with Hope video. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. Again, if we ever are able to get to that taste test, we are definitely gonna put this at the end. But this looks amazing so far. It definitely turned out better than I was anticipating. It wasn't that hard either. So if you're looking for something different to try and an American thing to try, then you gotta try these pecan cheesecake bars, bites, whatever you wanna call them. And I will see you guys next time on another First Taste with Hope. All right, everyone, here's the taste test for the Pecan Pie Cheesecake. 4th of July, American, all American made. All right, here we go. Honestly, this is probably the best cheesecake I've made. It's between that and the cinnamon roll cheesecake was pretty good, but this one's really good. Sorry, I'm choking.
It's because that bite was huge.
Even though the crust had more sugar in it, honestly, I can't tell, so I don't know if that means I eat too much sugar or what the deal is, but I think it's really good. I think the glaze on the pecans really stand out there, so that's something that really is good. It's really smooth. The cheesecake part, obviously in the middle of the filling is really good, and it's definitely prominent with the cheesecake taste. So if you love cheesecake, you love pecan pie, these are a good mixture of the two. It's definitely a great dessert for a 4th of July party, or maybe if you want to save it for the holidays. Either way, I think this would be a perfect one to do. It's soft, it's smooth, it's easy to eat. Probably do half the sugar on the crust so you don't end up with too much sugar on it like I did, but overall I'll give this a thumbs up, and I'll definitely be making this again. So till next time.